Good evening. At this time, I'd call the meeting for the Yukon City Council for July the 7th, 2015 to order. If you would rise for the invocation by Pastor Keith Spalding from West Point Christian Church and remain standing for the flag salute, please.
Eternal God, fount of wisdom, we ask you to bless the representatives we have elected. Grant that through their discussions and decisions, we may solve our problems effectively and enhance the well-being of our community. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Alberts.
Here.
Russell.
Here.
McFerrin.
Here. Here.
Smystrela.
Here.
Yonda.
Here.
At this time, we have presentations and proclamations. I believe that Mr. Van Meter with Integris is here this evening to present to the city.
Mayor, City Council, good evening. Just want to be here today to express our thanks on behalf of Integris Health and Integris Canadian Valley Hospital for the support that the city has shown to our organization, even before the hospital was built, but even more recently, the financial support that has been given to us since 2009 for continued expansion. These dollars have certainly assisted us in our expansion efforts over that time in increasing our emergency department, adding to our intensive care unit, and adding a third floor to the hospital that has greatly benefited our patients and community here in Yukon. With that success, with those new additions, we've been able to now enjoy some additional profits that have led to further expansions. I'm glad to announce that this month we'll be starting a project to have heart catheterization services at the hospital. We're adding to our surgical department and adding a surgical suite, and we're in the planning and design phase of a new medical office building that will be on the campus of our hospital that will enable us to attract and recruit additional physicians and specialists to provide additional services to the community of Yukon and to Canadian County. So on behalf of Integris, we have a plaque we'd like to present, and I'll read that. It says, "In grateful recognition of the citizens and leadership of the city of Yukon, Oklahoma, for your commitment to the expansion and continued success of Integris Canadian Valley Hospital, your caring and contributions of $1.2 million shall forever contribute to the health of Canadian County." We thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
The next section is the visitors section of our meeting. And if there's a person here this evening that has a matter that they would like to bring before the council that is a non-agenda item, this would be the appropriate time to come forward and speak. Mr. Caccini is here this evening, and if you'd like to come forward and address the council.
Okay, Rick Caccini, veteran and representing many of the veterans in our community. We wanted to thank the community, the city, and all its employees for a great job this past week, the 3rd and 4th, for all the support we got and the continued support. We also wanted to mention the fact that we're hosting a coffee at 8 o'clock on Friday at the museum. And one of the most important things that I'd like to pass on is the 25th of July, our 2nd year anniversary in existence. And we've got the base commander from Tinker coming to speak, and we've got some other VIPs that are also coming. So thank you all very much for all your support.
Thank you for yours.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll recess as the Yukon City Council and reconvene as the Yukon Municipal Authority. First item is item 1A, the YMA consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the Yukon Municipal Authority, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all authority members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion to approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of June the 16th, 2015, and B, the payment of material claims in the amount of $478,712.06. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
At this time, we'll adjourn as YMA and reconvene as the Yukon City Council. The first item is the consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the Yukon City Council, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all council members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion that will approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of June the 16th, 2015, B, the minutes of the special meeting of June the 30th, 2015, C, the payment of material claims in the amount of $547,029.71, and designating the items on the attached list, D, designating the items on the attached list from the Technology Department as surplus and authorize their sale, donation, or trade. E, the renewal of the existing interlocal governmental cooperation agreement with the Canadian County Sheriff's Office, providing use of the county jail for the term of July 1, 2015 through June 30th, 2016 at the rate of $40 per day. F, the renewal of the existing interlocal governmental cooperation agreement with the Canadian County Sheriff's Office, deputizing the Yukon police officers for the term of July 1, 2015 through June 30th, 2016 as approved by the State Attorney General. G, accepting the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality Permit Number WL000009150147 for the construction of approximately 660 linear feet of 12-inch water line and appenditures to serve the city of Yukon Bounce Academy Gymnasium Water Line Expansion Project, Canadian County, Oklahoma. H, the appointment of Dr. Athena, is it Freeze? Is that right? Athena Freeze to the board of the Spanish Cove Housing Authority for a 6-year term of office number 2 expiring May 31st, 2021 as recommended by the nominating committee. I, the renewal of the existing professional services agreement between the Yukon Economic Development Authority and Butzer Architects and Urbanism LLC for the master planning services for the Frisco Road Economic Development Plan Project for the term of July 1, 2015 through June 30th, 2016 as recommended by the Yukon Development Authority. J, the renewal of the existing interlocal agreement with the City of Oklahoma City for a regional household hazardous waste collection and management project for the term of July 1, 2015 through June 30th, 2016. K, setting the date for the next regular council meeting for July the 21st, 2015, 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Centennial Buildings, 12 South 5th Street, Yukon, Oklahoma. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Russell,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
The next item is item 2, and that's consider approving an expenditure of funds in an amount not to exceed $40,135 to purchase VHF mobile radio systems for the fire trucks and accepting the Oklahoma Homeland Security Reimbursement Grant number 550.024 in the sum of $40,135 as requested by the fire chief. Do I have a
So moved.
Second.
discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alberts,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Next item is 3, and that's consider approving ordinance number 1321, an ordinance providing for a fee to defray the cost of collecting delinquent fines, fees, court costs, and mandatory state fees pursuant to Title 11 Oklahoma Statute 22-138 and declaring an emergency. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Okay, discussion?
Yes.
I
please.
do. Okay, go ahead.
Grace and I have a question, what does a person have to do before this is put against them first? I mean, is that just any time, or how is this?
Well, they have to do nothing for a long, long time. This would be people that have avoided paying their fines, their fees, that have ignored the orders of the court, have chosen not to honor their word, and have fallen into a real delinquent state with the city. So this would be the this fee is only placed on the amount of the fine, the bond. And it is only after many, many months of not honoring your obligation.
And if I might too, as I understand it, it just is a reimbursement to the city for the cost of collection. City may have to send these fines and fees, the delinquent ones, out to a collection agency, collection lawyers, and then those lawyers will charge a contingent fee, a percentage, like 25%. This is to reimburse the city for that contingent fee as the state law provides.
So it's strictly based on the contingent fee?
Yes, ma'am.
The city doesn't receive, what if we do the collecting?
Then it's not imposed.
Then it's not imposed. It's only when we send it out to our collection agency that we have contracted with.
Is that only become a one-time thing though, or is there anything in there that's progressive,
No,
that once you assess the fine for that, and let's say it's not paid again and it's still out of the collection,
well,
that would be
first of all, the fine has already been assessed.
right,
It's been owing the city for many, many months.
right.
That fee then is assessed. The collection agency goes about their business. If they are successful, they then charge us 25% of what they collect. And as a way for us to defray that cost of what they charge,
Yeah.
this
Then
fee
what-
would be
What
added.
happens if they don't collect? I guess that.
They don't get paid,
They don't get paid.
and we don't get paid.
Oh, okay.
What's the time
But-
frame, what's the
but-
time frame that we allow, or
but
is
do you-
it different for different?
Different for,
Yeah,
about the average would be 4 months.
yeah. Do we continue to pursue it though, Grayson or
Well,
Mike? either?
we write them off as bad debt.
Okay, so eventually they get written off then, and it's not something that we,
You know, some people are from out of state and they run up a big bill and then they go back home. And if we're not a court of record, so we don't go out of state to try, while we can call them, we can write them. I mean, they're under,
okay,
we can do a lot of things, but we can't make them pay. And, some people die.
well, but at some point in time,
It's written off as a
it's
bad
written
debt.
off as a bad debt, and that's the end of it then.
That's right.
Is that correct? Okay.
So is there a process that we go through?
Yes,
I mean, so you say about 4 months, but I mean,
that's the average.
okay, I guess I'm just, how do we know that? I mean, I understand the passage of 4 months on a calendar, but I mean, are there 3 steps? Are there 2 steps?
Well, Candy?
3 to 4, honestly. If somebody gets a citation today.
Candy, come.
State your name and your position with the city, please.
My name is Candy Swartz, and I am your court clerk.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sorry. For example, if someone gets a citation today, their court date is August the 25th. So on August the 25th, between today and August the 25th, that person has the right to pay or appear. If they cannot pay, what my office recommends to them is that they come to court, they enter their plea to the judge, they tell whatever they want to the judge. They have the right to, of course, enter a plea of not guilty and ask for a trial, negotiation with the city prosecutor, all those type things. Whatever the judge orders at that time, let's say that he says you owe $131. We have extended that to where they have a 30-day period. So from the date of August the 25th, when they would come to court, they have 30 days from that day to pay that fine. If they don't pay that fine, then what we do at that point is we issue a failure to pay warrant. We send them, my office sends them notice that says, you have 20 days from the date of this letter before we suspend your driver's license, and 90 days from the date of this letter, we'll turn you over to collections. So it's a 4-month process, but really it's more like 5.5 months from the date that they actually receive the violation to the date that I actually transmit it to collections. The other thing is if our police department comes in contact with someone and they are arrested, the 25% does not apply. It's only if the collection agency themselves, which is a law firm, if they collect the actual money and they deposit it into the court bank account, that's where the 25% comes into play. The state statute actually says they can charge 35%, but we've actually worked a really good plan that's 25%.
So will that wording be on the citation that about the 25%, or does it have to be on there?
It doesn't have to be on there, as far as I'm aware, Mike, right?
Oh, it doesn't?
It is on our website, and we do always refer people back to our court website because it contains a lot of information. So, anything else?
Other questions? Questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Call the roll, please.
McCarron.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
The next item is 3A, consider approving the emergency clause for ordinance number 1321. Do I
So
have a
moved.
motion?
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Russell.
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Item 4 is consider accepting the 2014 wastewater treatment plant rehabilitation and improvements project and placing the maintenance bond into effect as recommended by the city engineer. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, I just, how much are we gonna do there? What all does this,
This has been done.
just, this is okay? And
This
we're-
is a completed project, and all we're doing is placing accepting the project as constructed and
as
placing,
constructed, okay,
and placing the maintenance bond into effect.
okay, all right.
Anything else? Discussion, ladies? Call the roll, please.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Item 5 is consider approving the Citizens Participation Plan for the Community Development Block Grant application. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Yonda.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes. Item 6 is consider approving the Statement of Needs for the Community Development Block Grant application.
So move.
Second.
I didn't say 2015, so do I need to restate that, Mike? Okay. Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
McCarron.
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Number 7 is consider approving resolution number 2015-11, a resolution allocating $94,077 as a match for community development block grant of $97,077 for the installation and repair of infrastructure and authorizing execution of documents necessary to the transaction.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alberts.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
Next item is item 8, and that's consider approving resolution 2015-12, a resolution accepting the 2014 CDBG grant application with the Oklahoma Department of Commerce and accepting the matching funds of $94,077 for the Small Cities Community Development Block Grant Program.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Russell.
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes. Next item is 9, and that's the city manager's report, information items only.
I'd like to talk about couple of things. First of all, we just finished a very eventful weekend, July 4th, beginning on Friday night with the Veterans Tribute. Very well attended. I'm very pleased to see Senator James Langford that came and joined in not only talking freely with all of the veterans in attendance, but also he and his family walked out among the crowd and visited out in that area for some time, and so appreciative of him coming and being a part of a Yukon festival, an event that really, it's one of the best I've ever been to. I've heard numerous accounts of it being well attended. The fireworks display was second to none. I think we dodged bad weather. We had very favorable weather, and it was a wonderful weekend to be in Yukon. We are in the midst of the Thursday night concerts in the park, also movies in the park. This Thursday at the gazebo, it'll be Core Country, which is a country and western band, will be playing. The following Thursday after the concert, we will have the Box Trolls that will start at dark as the movie after the concert. Also, continuing on throughout the month of July, it will be several other bands, 0 to 60, Oklahoma Symphonic Band, classic and show tunes. A great time to go to the park every Thursday evening, take your lawn chairs, your blankets, and enjoy all that's going on there. Our library continues to see record crowds. In the month of June, the Mabel Fry Library circulated 20,229 items. 20,000 items in 30 days. That's doing some business. Additionally, the busiest day of the summer so far occurred in June. That was when we had 868 patrons go through the library for one purpose or another. All of our, the daily average is 479 people in our library. The summer reading programs have taken over the library. We have no room to do anything but teach people how to read during summer. It's a great program. Sarah, you're to be congratulated. Great program of work. We appreciate it very much. Finally, I thought you'd like some note. We've been talking about roofing companies and building permits and all the stuff that's going on in town. And I know in my neighborhood, Richard and I get up most every morning and we hear the sound of nails in roofs. And we see trailer after trailer after trailer of debris being hauled off. I thought I'd give you just a quick rundown. From March the 25th through the 30th of June. In March, we had 7 roofing permits that we issued in the city, 7. In April, 376. In May, 364. In June, 635. This map, and I'll pass it down for everybody to look at, we've only gotten about half the town covered so far. So you might want to take a look at the areas that you serve and and realize just how much activity has been going on related to roofing. Mayor, with that, I will end my report and stand ready for your questions.
Any questions? Questions for the manager? Seeing none, we'll move to item 10, which is new business. Any new business?
No new business tonight, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you, sir. Council discussion.
I'd like to say something.
Yes,
Ma'am?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Back to concerts in the park. You've missed me because I've already done my song for the year. But anyway, it was June 25th, but anyway, it was fun. This particular week, the core country's going to be here. But may I mark it a little big here? Just a little bit.
Please.
Y&B is going to have a bunch of prizes for people. We're going to be out there, and we're going to be 103 years old. And I started there when it opened, and I
You mean
plan
the
to be
current
there
building?
myself, so
You mean the current building? You started when the current building was open?
not the building, just the whole
Oh, my
company,
goodness.
the company, and you know. Anyway, it's going to be a great evening. So it is a good thing to do, and you don't even have to buy a ticket to get in. It's awesome. So anyway, that's it.
Well, thank you. Ms. Yonda?
Well, I just want to say, Sarah, thank you for what you do for the library. That's a great accomplishment, and I know you work hard, and we appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Amen.
Mr. McCarron?
I certainly want to thank Rex at Integris for coming out today, and certainly Sarah. I use this stuff over there all the time too when I come over to the library. It's a really wonderful thing. Just a little side note on the permits. I don't think it's over because I had 2 phone calls today, one from New York and one from somewhere in Kansas. So please make sure that the people are licensed and they have legit and their permits, you know, and I thought the phone calls were entertaining, but I'm relatively sure when I asked them, are you guys permitted to work in Yukon? All I got was a click. So, you know, be aware, I think there's still some problems out there. Earlene, I wasn't aware that you were part of the Methuselah Club, you know, and I congratulate Yukon Bank as well for, you know, their efforts over the last 103 years. But, you know, please be aware we live in a wonderful community, but, you know, just make sure that the people that are out there servicing us every day too are upfront folks. With that,
Mr. Russell?
I also want to congratulate Sarah and everyone at the library. That's a wonderful thing. That 400 and something people a day average, that's a bunch. The 4th of July, the fireworks, everybody involved with the city, they just did a wonderful job. I want to thank the police and the fire department. Everywhere I looked, they were everywhere. So thank you guys. It was a wonderful job. That's it for me.
Sir, that's about 170,000 people a year or more at 479, so congratulations. We appreciate your hard work. And I just wanted to, I had a big day on the 4th. We got up first thing and went and built a sandcastle, and we built a shark. I didn't know that Shark Week was starting this week, but the judge enjoyed our shark, and we won first place. And then we went over and helped judge at the car show, and we picked our mayor's choice, which was a 1975 Bronco that had big tires and everything. So the boys are it's kind of a family treat that we go around and pick. And then from there we went and judged a barbecue contest, and there were 6 contestants, and they cooked chicken and then brisket and then pork. So you have 18 different servings of meat. So, and it was excellent, and I mean, it was really, really good. The people did a great job, but by the end, you're just kind of, but the first year I judged it, you just threw it all away. This year, we all left with like a big box of leftovers, and I thought that was a nice touch. So, but I want to say thank you to all the people that were involved, the city employees, and you all that worked so hard to make that happen. I thought it went off pretty well. I didn't talk to a lot of the police officers, a couple. Big Dave was on a bicycle. I was very impressed by that. And with some the firemen who, I guess one person might have hurt their arm falling off of a trailer or something. But all in all, I think it was an uneventful, from law enforcement and from the fire department, it was an uneventful. So I commend not only all the people, but the community, the people that came and participated. And I'd like to say thank you to the community for behaving so well, and thank you to the parks people that worked so hard. So, and then to Langford, Congressman to come by and just to talk with us, and just a genuine individual. He and his family are just nice, and they're just real people that are concerned about you and our community, and I thought that was a nice touch that he came by to visit with us and talk with the different veterans. And most of all, thank you to the veterans for giving us the 4th to celebrate and a reason to celebrate. So don't forget that that's why we're there. We're blessed that we can open this meeting with a prayer and set under these words above my head. So we're very, very blessed, and thank you very much. And that's all the comments that I have. So we'll move on to item 12, and that's consider a motion to recess as the Yukon City Council and convene into executive session for the discussion of the employment of the city manager as provided for in Title 25 OS 2003, Section 307B1. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Alberts,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
And,
He's automatic, yeah.
okay.
His name's in the law.
Okay, don't rough me up along the boards. I can't. Right there.
Thank you. You're a good
Right,
man.
right there where it needs to be.
Right where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I'd like to read,
Nope. Let's get the motion.
oh, I'm sorry.
Gotta get back in.
At this time, we're at item 13, and that is, I'm sorry, item 14. Consider a motion,
Nope. Item 13.
13.
consider a motion to adjourn from the executive session and reconvene as the Yukon City Council. Item 13. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Call the roll, please.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Alberts.
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Yonda.
Yes.
And at item 4, oh, I'm sorry, I would like to read the minutes of the executive session. While in the executive session, only the items on the agenda were discussed, no action was taken, and no votes were cast. Now we'll move to item 14, and that's consider a motion to amend the city manager's employment contract.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alberts,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
Did you say man name?
Did I?
I didn't
You were the first one.
Okay,
You said yes.
thank you. I don't know what happened when I walked into the twilight zone. So with nothing apparently on my mind or before the council, we'll stand adjourned.